po or good afternoon po mga kababayan, ma'am, sir. This is Jam the Filipino channel, ang inyo pong lingkod. So today is July 8, 2026 at tayo ngayon ay papunta dyan yan sa may barangay 788 Santa Ana, Manila. At dadalhin po natin yan sa may The Francis Shangri-La Place sa may Green Hills sa Wakwak po yan, Mandaluyong. Okay, so magbabalik po tayo mamayang unti po. Ayan, makinig tayo ng mga nagbabagang balita at talakayan. Disclaimer lang mong po, ang content po natin ay kalsada at daanan lamang. Kaya nga naman, sakasakali man po na may marinig kayo mga pangalan ng lugar, pangalan ng tao, pangalan ng organisasyon sa government o private man yan, ay wala pong kinalaman ng channel na ito at wala pong pinapatungkulan. Lahat po ng pinag-usapan dito ay pawang dito lamang po yan sa loob at wala pong pinapatungkulan sa labas.
The contents of that press conference on November 23, 2024. And the council is now confronting this witness whether there are minuscule portions of the 2-hour video like detainee accused, whether this appear in the transcription. Now the question, the basis for the objection is irrelevant. How can it be relevant? How can it be relevant, assuming or not conceding that these two minuscule words, detainee and accused, are not reflected in the transcript, when in fact this witness said he investigated not only on the basis of the transcript, but on the basis of the video that he himself viewed? What's the relevance?
Your Honor, part of cross to test the accuracy and the truthfulness of the witnesses so far as his transcription of the video is concerned.
Thank you.
Counsel may proceed.
Thank you. Please play again. 001213.
Sinuspend po ng chairman po yung session. Tapos, pinayos po ako ni Congressman Antoine Cortez. Then after that, nag-rules sila. Tapos, medyo sinuspend niya. Tapos, lumapit po sila. Nag-hotdog sila. And then, they called my lawyer. And then, ulit man po pinag-usapin ko. So, lumapit ako. And then, I really apologize. I said, that letter to the Commission on Audit was really a position of the agency. It is their stand, like all, diba, like, meron kang point na gusto mo i-raise. Diba, respectfully, para raise our points to the Commission on Audit. Alam ko, hindi naman po yung mali, kasi that was our right as an agency. Because there was an ongoing audit investigation. Pero hindi naman namin kinukuha.
Did you hear the Vice President speaking? I don't hear. Can you please play again? Mr. Calilong, you're reminded, please.
Sir, good morning po.
There are sounds, but I can't distinguish the words. Can you play it again? Your Honor, ask and answer it. What's the point? Okay, withdrawn, Your Honor. No further questions.
No further questions for this witness. On cross, counsel, do you have redirect?
Of course, Your Honor, please, for the utter failure
I
of
was
the...
hoping you would. Yes.
For the utter failure of the respondent
Counsel,
demands.
before I recognize counsel for the prosecutor,
Your Honor,
Senator Judge Tulfo Rafi is recognized
Your Honor, I'm sorry. May I move to strike that statement of the prosecutor? How can it be, Your Honor? That's my manifestation. I'm about to answer the question of the
Sa dulong-dulo
presiding
niyan
officer.
kakaliwa, medyo sobrang sikip lang.
Not even hear anything.
Yes.
It's strikeable, counsel. But you will review the journal tomorrow.
Your Honor, he said for the utter failure of the respondent. Yes, Your Honor, I said for the utter failure of the respondent to debunk the material points testified to by the witness yesterday.
Your Honor,
I'm not yet
testifying. I'm not done either. He is
I'm about to
still
answer the
testifying.
question. I'm not done with the answer.
Counsel's piece. The presiding officer has not recognized either of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kindly settle down. Senator Judge Rafi Tulfo is recognized.
Thank you, Mr.
Sir,
President.
you may proceed.
Clarification naman po ito, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Witness, what is your experience with regards to social media analytics?
I have training, sir.
What kind of training?
I have cybercrime investigation training, sir.
Okay. Are you familiar with Facebook or do you have SOCMED
Ayan,
accounts
yung may
that would
lumabas
make you a
na
little bit
motorsiklo, kaliwa
knowledgeable
tayo.
when it comes to SOCMED?
Pasig line
Yes,
yung
sir.
tas kaliwa agad.
What is your account?
Ingat
What is
lang,
your
baka
social
may
media account?
pumapasok.
I have an account in
Ayan.
Facebook,
Facebook.
in Instagram, in
Sikip pa.
X.
Kaya yan.
X.
Kasi ako,
So that means
malaki.
pretty much you're a little bit familiar with Facebook,
Ingat lang.
right?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. There were concerns, Mr. Witness, whether the videos presented yesterday are AI generated or authentic. So are you experienced enough analyzing whether a video is AI generated
Mas kaliwa
or
tayo
authentic?
dyan. Tapos
Yes, Your Honor.
konti lang
What makes you say that?
kapalikuan. Kaliwa. Pedro
Based
Hill
on
na
my
yun.
experience, Your Honor, and the video itself, it's a 2 hours long. Normally, an AI-generated video will only last a short second, sir.
So the video that was presented yesterday, where we saw the VP was
Kanan tayo dyan, Iran.
saying something or talking to that effect. Did you do something, or what kind of system did you observe or follow to ensure whether that video was AI generated or authentic?
Based on personal observation, sir.
Personal observation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, a few more questions. Therefore, will you be able to say that the video presented yesterday were AI generated or authentic?
The video presented today is what it is being seen on the Facebook, sir.
Okay. So, based on your affidavit, you mentioned that the NBI subpoenaed some members of the media who were participants of the online press con on November 23, 2024, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And subsequently, you said that you questioned and investigated these persons regarding the conduct of that press con. So based on what you gathered from your investigation, so I have a few questions, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who set up the press conference?
Based on our interview, sir, it is the Office of the Vice President, sir.
So it wasn't spur of the moment? Press con?
I can't confirm, sir, but it's the response of the media personnel that we interviewed.
Okay, who invited the participants?
If my memory serves me right, it's JC Kainihinan, sir.
Okay. Who is JC?
Staff of the Office of the Vice President, sir.
Okay. Who are the participants? And how many participants were there? If you can remember.
As far as I remember, it's at least 40.
40. Okay. Were there mainstream media or anybody from the broadsheets that time?
There are, sir.
There were.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many? Maybe, give or take.
We have the one that we have issued subpoena, sir. At least 6, sir.
6. Okay. What was the reach of the video on that very day? Like how many views on that very day, and then a few days later? Were you able to observe that?
I can't remember, sir.
You can't remember. Okay. How did it spread? O paano kumalat sa SOCMED yung videos that was presented yesterday, as far as you know, when you did an investigation?
It became trending, sir.
It became trending. And my last question is, Kasi in-establish dito is inciting to sedition on top of yung sa sinasabing grave threat. Ano yung mga comments na napansin mo doon sa video? Can you give us an example?
One of the comments, because on the video November 23, there were mentioned about people power when asked a question by Princess Maui. And the Vice President agreed, and ang laban ay wala sa EDSA, nasa Malacanang, and there are responses from the comments, but it's not documented, that is agreeing, sir.
No further question, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senator Judge Tulfo. Senator Judge Aquino, thereafter Senator Judge Pangilinan. Senator Judge Aquino has 2 minutes. You may proceed, sir.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Kalilong, kanina may nabanggit na dalawang affidavit, isang January at isang February. Yung January ay binalik sa inyo, tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
And there were 7 grounds why it was returned to you, is that correct?
7 points.
Can you narrate what are these 7 points that you addressed? Is that the correct term that you addressed in the second affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you name them, please?
May I have the certificate, sir?
Who has a copy of the certification? Was it counsel for the respondent?
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, you may approach and show him the document being alluded to by Senator Judge Aquino.
Note 1. There is no affidavit of the person who recorded the video entitled BP November 23 press con at Batasan through open broadcast of the studio and in turn stored in the DVD. Number 2. The press briefing conducted on October 18, 2024 was not recorded and or stored in DVD, and there was no TSN of the said briefing and the necessary affidavit of the person seeking the TSN. Number 3, Annex I and K DVD marking NBI-CCN-C-24-12436-2 and NBI-CCN-C-24-12436-2 were not accompanied by an affidavit of the recorder and the TSN. Number 4, Annex L did not indicate who made the TSN. There was also no affidavit of the person who made the TSN. Number 5, the affidavit of Juan Patricia Morales mentioned that she stored the footage in a USB and submitted to the NBI. However, there was no USB attached to the complaint. Only DVD was attached. There was no detail regarding the content of this DVD. Number 6, only the minutes of meeting with several personalities and representatives from various media outfits were submitted. Although the minutes were signed, there was no individual affidavit executed regarding to the contents of the said minutes. Number 7, one of the elements of crime of grave threat is that the offender threatens another with the infliction upon the latter's person, honor, and property, or upon that of the latter's family, or if the wrong amounting into a crime. In the instance complained, only the NBI executed an affidavit and there was no participation on the part of the offended party, as it appears in the NBI is not the offended party of the crime of grave threat.
Okay, so nakuha mo yung nag-submit kayo, yan yung binalik sa inyo, and then you did your best to correct all those items, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the first 6 are technical, no?
Yes, Your
Yung
Honor.
panghuli is a matter of who is the offended party.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hindi nyo na-correct yan? Or, nung binalik ninyo, it was accepted already by the DOJ?
There is an explanation, Your Honor, that was included in the letter of the former director, Judge Jaime Santiago, sir.
Okay.
Wherein,
Yeah, go ahead.
in the filing for preliminary investigation, it is not required for the victim to execute an affidavit, complaint
Yan
affidavit.
yung
sir.
sagot ng NBI.
Yes, Your Honor.
And once you submitted, it was accepted by the DOJ.
Yes, Your Honor, and we received a certification, Your Honor, that our evidence is enough for preliminary investigation, sir.
Okay, yun na yung second response to the second affidavit that you provided.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. May mga nabanggit dun sa mga statements tungkol sa hitman. No? Sa totoo lang, yung presensya ng hitman, mabigat yon. Mabigat yon. So, let me ask, are you the one who investigated just the video? Or did you also investigate the presence of the hitman that was being mentioned in the videos of the Vice President?
I was only tasked for the video, sir.
Okay, may I direct this to the prosecution? Will you be presenting other witnesses that will pertain to this alleged hitman?
As to the alleged hitman, Your Honor, please, yes.
Yes. So kayo, Mr. Calilong, hindi kayo nag-imbestiga niyan. Wala kayong alam tungkol dun sa presensya ng hitman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. President, I will refrain from my questions and wait for the witness pertaining to the hitman. Maraming salamat.
Noted and entered into the record, Senator Judge Pangilinan, thereafter Senator Judge Ontiveros, and then Senator Judge Villanueva.
Thank you, thank you.
You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. The question is to the witness. Kanina tinanong sa iyo ng Defense Counsel or Counsel for the Respondents na kung ikaw ay abogado. Ang sagot mo hindi.
Yes, sir.
Ikaw ba degree holder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano ang degree?
Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Accounting Technology, and I'm a certified public accountant, sir.
So you're a certified public accountant.
Yes, sir.
Kahapon, tinanong ko sa iyo yung training. No, kasi nabanggit mo nagkaroon ka ng mga training. Ang nabanggit mo kahapon, 2 weeks ng training.
Yes, sir.
Pero on what matter?
Only on photo and video authentication, sir.
Okay. Meron pa bang ibang training na ikaw ay you went through bilang expert or competent witness sa usapin ng digital technology, cyber security, online training? Meron ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anong mga ito?
I mentioned that I have a training in Certified Computer Hacking Forensic Investigator. I have a training in Computer Forensic, Mobile Forensic, and Photo and Video Authentication training. I have also training in Cybercrime Investigation. We also undergone a 480 hours training on cybersecurity. And a training before we start the bureau, we have undergone the NBI Academy, which teach us all the aspects in investigation, sir.
Okay, and siguro last question. Ang training na ito, puro local ba o meron ding training sa ibang bansa?
I have an international, sir, recently.
Ano yan?
It's a training in Strasbourg.
Okay.
The name of the training is
Saang lugar na lang, Mr. Witness?
Strasbourg, Germany? France.
Strasbourg, France, sir.
Oh.
It's a 5 days training, sir.
And meron pang ibang international seminars na inattendan mo?
International, sir, but it is conducted locally, the Interpol, sir.
Interpol.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Thank you, Senator Judge
Salamat.
Pangilinan. Senator Judge Ontiveros is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am, and you have 2 minutes.
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer. Para sa Counsel for the Defense, Mr. Presiding Officer, just for clarity, ano pong relevance nung video na ipinakita ni Attorney Zuleika Lopez? Sinasabi po ba ng depensa na yung mga alleged threats o alleged incitements ni VP Duterte ay prompted nung detention ni Attorney Lopez?
Yes, Your Honor. There was a systematic oppression made by the House of Representatives dating back from their even before their mini trial, Your Honor.
the committee headed by Representative Joel Chua began investigating the Vice President and her people, even when Attorney Zuleika Lopez was being interviewed by the House Committee of Quadcom Committee, Your Honor. She, even if she was answering the questions faithfully and to the best of her ability, she was cited in contempt, detained. Her lawyer was not allowed. Her lawyer was not allowed to be with her when they were trying to detain her in the Women's Correctional Facility, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Presiding Officer, Counsel for the Defense, position po ba ng depensa na pwedeng palampasin ang alleged grave threats kung may masasabing lehitimong dahilan para magbanta?
Your Honor, that is not the point.
No. Mr. Presiding Officer, I am making a point through my question and I am asking the good counsel for the defense dahil sinabi nila there was a systematic oppression that yes, yan po ang nag-prompt nung alleged grave threats and alleged incitements ng Vice President na prompt po ng detention ni Attorney Lopez na kanyang inilarawan sa ipinakitang video kanina. Kaya itinatanong ko kung yan ba ang posisyon ng depensa na pwedeng okay lang or pwedeng tanggapin ang grave threats kung may masasabing lehitimong dahilan para magbanta.
Yes, Your Honor.
Before counsel
Yes, Mr. Presiding
responded answers, although he already answered in the affirmative,
You know, Your Honor, I was just referring to...
we'd like to remind Senator Judges to be cautious in making counsels for either party make conclusions of law and fact instead of presenting evidence through a witness they will present or through direct, cross, redirect, or recross. Because if he answers Senator Judge Ontiveros, that would effectively place on record a conclusion of fact and law, not drawn from a witness, which they can very well do so during their closing remarks. And when I allow him to speak by way of repartee to the peroration yesterday, discussion yesterday by counsel for the prosecution. But other than that, as agreed with some of the Senator judges, we would try to limit the answers of the counsels for the parties. With your indulgence, Senator Judge Ontiveros, please.
I submit, Mr. Presiding Officer, may I just in closing make of record that I also appreciated and also submitted to the ruling of the Presiding Officer yesterday because I appreciated that it partook of the history of impeachment proceedings in this court. Pinag-aralan ko rin po ng maigi ang mga nakaraang mga impeachment trials at di hamak na pati noon naging liberal ang pagpapaintulot nila sa mga katanungan ng mga senator judges para lang mas maliwanagan ang iba't ibang punto. So I again thank the presiding officer and again reiterate my submission to his ruling and thank the good counsel for the defense for his response.
We thank Senator Ontiveros for indulgence and understanding. Senator Villanueva, and thereafter Senate President Gatchalian. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer. May I just point out something to the witness, Mr. President, Your Honors. The witness mentioned yesterday that reported statements of the Vice President were referred to the Presidential Security Command and evaluated in coordination with the National Security Council. Just to assist the court in evaluating the relevance and weight of the government security response in determining whether the respondent's conduct constitutes an impeachable offense. May we know from the witness could the witness explain yung threats po ba, how threats against the president are ordinarily assessed by the government. Kasi dito yung lumalabas yung pag-weigh natin whether or not meron bang bigat yung threat o ito'y ordinaryong threat na nangyayari sa pang-araw-araw nating buhay. Specifically, Mr. Witness, what factors are taken into account in evaluating a reported threat and in determining appropriate measures?
I can't answer on the part of the NSC or DNO because I'm not part of the institution.
In your in your capacity as a
In my capacity, one of the consideration, if it's a active threat, if it's the one giving the threat is capable of doing so.
Meaning,
If we have someone
high-ranking official, and if you say an
hierarchy
official,
has a capability or power over to implement those such threat, it is considered, sir.
example, a mayor, perhaps? Would you say a high-ranking official? A congressman? Or yung basihan po ng kanyang threat. Kunyari, ang threat ko, dadalhin kita doon sa buwan. Wala naman akong space shuttle. So, wala din pong bearing yun. Is that the correct assumption?
Not only, sir, but also how it was delivered, sir. Like what was mentioned in the that I mentioned previously, it was mentioned that no joke, no joke. It's a serious.
So that is the
One of the considerations,
that's
sir.
the consideration. Thank you very much. And lastly, Mr. Witness, you made mention na submit mo sa DOJ noong January 30. Is it the same affidavit that you submitted to the HOR?
The one that submitted to the HOR is the affidavit dated February, sir.
So that's the latest.
Yes, sir, the one that complied with the requirements of the DOJ, sir.
Thank you very much for that clarification. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Villanueva. Before I recognize Senate President Gatchalian and thereafter Senator Erwin Tulfo, may I remind Attorney Narvasa that your 5 minutes, you'll be given your 5 minutes after the questions of the Senator judges and before we recognize the counsel for the prosecutor for his redirect. Senate President Gatchalian is recognized. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. May I clarify? I believe that we would do it after recross. So
You want? I heard cross.
Sorry,
After
Your
we
Honor.
cross.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Better for us.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I just have a few questions, clarificatory questions. Narinig ko ho kanina dinong testigo na sabi niyo may 40 media personalities doon sa press con. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero ang inyong inibitahan, anim lang.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bakit anim lang?
The 40, we see the number of participants, but the number of person who asked the Vice President during that time is limited. And we consider who we sure that is present during that time, Your Honor.
Meron bang kayong criteria kung paano pipiliin itong mga media personalities or kung sino lang ang nagtanong? Kasi kahit hindi ka naman magtatanong, nandoon ka naman, naririnig mo yung mga diskusyon, meron ba kayong mga criteria kung paano pumipili ng media personalities?
Yung sure po namin na present during that time kasi kapag hindi po kasi kayo nagtanong, hindi po magpa-pop up yung mukha nyo tsaka yung pangalan nyo.
Okay. At itong mga anim na sinubina ninyo, ano yung kanyang common statement na ibinigay?
Kinonfirm po nila na present sila during the November 23, 2024 press conference and yung utterance po ni Vice President narinig po nila.
Okay, I believe ilan dito sa mga personalities ay ipapatawag rin. So, tatalon ako sa ibang topic. Nakita ko kanina itong tungkol sa MaxCore Interventures at nakita ko kanina pinakita yung Articles of Incorporation. Mukha siyang supplier ng equipment. Ngayon, nasabi rin na doon ka ng training for 2 weeks. Sino nagbayad ng training?
Sir, the training is included in the procurement of digital forensic tools. In the procurement document, ni-require po si MaxCore na mag-provide po ng training included in the equipment, sir.
Yung paggamit ng equipment.
Tsaka yung yung process po ng digital forensic as a whole.
Yung kanya lang sila ba ay Diba, sa mga IT, let's say, Oracle, alam natin, kilala yan pagdating sa IT. Si MaxCore ba ay kilala pagdating sa digital forensic training? Kasi sa alap, nakita ko kanina, talagang supplier sila, but are they a well-known or internationally renowned training organization?
It's not the Max score itself, but it's the trainer that they provide, sir, that is capable in training us, sir.
Itong trainer na ito, certified siya in this type of technology?
Yes, sir. The trainer has a lot of certifications in relation to digital forensics, sir.
Can you name a few certification na meron itong trainer na ito?
I can't remember,
Like,
sir.
let's say Oracle or let's say Microsoft, di ba? May mga ganyan
No,
yan.
sir. CompTIA, sir. CompTIA training. I believe he also have a certified ethical hacking certification and a lot more, sir. When it was presented to us, sir.
Alright, so itong mga trainers nito ay certified trainers na pwedeng mag-train sa'yo at magiging certified ka rin.
Yes, sir. Initial akong certificate.
Lastly, Mr. Presiding Officer, after training, nakakuha ka ba ng certification na katulad sa kanila?
No, sir. But that certification that I was trained by them, sir.
Pero ikaw mismo, are you certified to do forensic examinations for your purpose and responsibility?
I have a certification, sir. I am certified computer hacking forensic investigator, sir.
Itong forensic analysis, meron kang, for this purpose, itong pinag-uusapan natin.
The computer, the authentication, sir, part? Or as a whole, sir?
As a whole.
I have a certification in computer hacking, sir, specific. But I have trainings in relation to the...
Iba yung hacking eh. Pinag-uusapan natin forensic examination ng video, forensic examination ng mga ganitong bagay. Meron kang certification doon?
I have certificate, sir.
Alright. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo, thereafter Senator Judge Marcos. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, Mr. Presiding Officer. Katanungan ko po ay para sa ating testigo. Batid ko po na sa ilalim ng Republic Act 10867, sa ilalim po ng Section 4, ang kapangyarihan po ng inyong ahensya na mag-imbestiga kapag ng mga krimen, partikular na tulad ng mga banta sa buhay ng Pangulo, ikalawang Pangulo, Senate President, Speaker of the House, at Chief Justice. Tama po yun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kahit na lalo pa at ito ay may kaugnayan sa national security. Tama po?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero ang tanong ko po, ang pagsasampa po ba ng kaso, nasa mandato rin po ba ng NBI na magsampa ng kaso doon sa mga tao na nagbanta sa buhay ng Pangulo, ikalawang Pangulo, Senate President, Speaker of the House, Chief Justice? Is it automatic or kailangan mag-request sila sa inyo? Matik ba yung pagsasampa ng kaso doon sa nagbanta? In this case, is it automatic or wala lang, kasama sa mandato niyo to file charges dahil binantaan mo Pangulo o si Vice Presidente o sino mang yang 4 na matataas na opisyal natin or 5 matataas na opisyal natin?
Ang basis namin doon, Your Honor, is yung primary objective namin to investigate cases to the threat to the President, Vice President, Senate President, Supreme Court. And if we found that the evidence is enough that there is a crime committed, we will file a case because that's the output of our investigation, sir.
Kahit po ba na hindi yung biktima, in this case yung Pangulo, biktima ng threat, kahit na hindi siya nagreklamo, automatic po yun, kahit na hindi siya nagreklamo sa inyo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Hindi nyo na siya kailangan tanungin pa na, Sir, gusto nyo po bang kasuhan namin ito? Wala nang gano'n. You will never ask. Sabihin natin, hindi lang Pangulo, Vice Presidente. Nangyari din sa Vice Presidente o sa Speaker of the House, sa Senate President o sa Chief Justice. Hindi nyo naman lang siya afford to ask him like, Sir, will you go to the process kasi magpa-file ka po ng mga affidavit, this is a long process, etc. Kahit na Pangulo ka po, may pipirmahan ka mga affidavit. Is it automatic, Mr. Witness?
We submitted it, sir, even without a complaint in the for preliminary investigation, sir.
No further questions, Mr. Vicente.
Thank you, Senator Judge Erwin Tulfos. Senator Judge Marcos is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am, and you have 2 minutes.
Yes, maraming salamat. Mahal na namumulat. Ihingi lang po ako ng dokumento para mas madali nating sundan ang mga pangyayari. Nalilito lahat pagkat wala po kaming papel. At ang nabigay sa amin, ito, Annex FFFGGG. Nalilito po kami kung alin dito yung mga papel. Kung maaari kaming bigyan, unang-una, yung unang tinutukoy, the first affidavit of investigation dated January 30 alleging grave threats inciting to sedition ng NBI. Ikalawa, yung napasok na yata sa record pero nais din namin bilang Senator Judge na magkaroon ng kopya ng DOJ certification signed by Prosecutor Bandung February 5 na nagbigay ng 7 grounds na insufficient for preliminary investigation. Ikatlo, yung naibigay na, ito klaro to, naibigay po ni Mavic at ng iba pang staff natin, yung February 10, yung ikalawang amended na ibinigay na revised affidavit of authentication, February 11. Ngunit sabi ni Testigo Calilong na merong kasama ito na wala rito sa record natin at sana maibigay si Senator Judge, ito yung sulat kasama nung second revised affidavit of authentication. Ito naman yung sinasabing sulat ni Santiago K. Padulyon ng DOJ na nagsasaad na hindi kailangan na may private complainant yung sina Presidente, ang First Lady at saka yung dating Speaker dahil base sa kaso ng Santos Concio versus DOJ na 2008 hindi daw kailangan yung private complainant. May we also have a copy of the same. Finally, may we urge that a copy also be given of February 14 certification of DOJ asserting that the revised affidavit of investigation was finally sufficient. Nais lang namin na makita yon at alamin yung investigation data, huling-huli, noong March 7, almost a month after the submission of the affidavit of authentication, kasi halos isang buwan bago utusan na magkaroon ng investigation data form. Sana may kopya rin tayo noon.
And to respond to Senator Judge Marcos, what the court has copies of are the pre-marked documents that the parties pre-marked during pre-trial, but not documents that have not yet been pre-marked. Most of the documents you mentioned that was discussed by counsel for respondent has not yet been pre-marked. They only used it to confront via cross-examination the witness of the prosecution. But the ones we have, we will furnish you with a reminder, of course, Senator Judge Marcos, that these documents have not yet been formally offered by either party, and we still have to await formal offer before the court rules on the admissibility, if at all, of these documents. But we will endeavor to furnish the good Senator Judge with whatever the clerk has.
Yes, if we could be provided with whatever the clerk has and adequately identified, not as GGGGG or FFFFF, at sana kung mabuo yung mga dokumentong sinasabi sa lalong madaling panahon. Maraming salamat.
We will endeavor to comply as best we can, Senator Judge Marcos. Senator Judge Alan Cayetano, what is your pleasure, sir?
Mr. President and Mr. Presiding Officer, before I ask to be allowed to ask a question, can I just follow up yung kay Senator Marcos, including the ruling yesterday? Just in the interest of all Senator judges being able to follow closely, especially kami sa first row kasi medyo nagkaka-stiff neck na kami. Mahirap tignan yung TV, so baka
maglagay na po kami ng TV sa harap ng lamesa.
I don't know, I think all of us own a iPad or a tablet. I don't know what the solution is, but if the Secretariat or the Clerk of Court, the Office of the Clerk of Court can work with our staff. Just to give you an example for today, no? if you look at the impeachment complaint on page 19, for example, it says that the affidavit we're looking for kanina, footnote number 72, is this one, in the impeachment complaint, no? It's found on Annex G. Okay, so this is Annex G. If you look at Annex G, it is a certification, not an affidavit. Okay, so where do you find the affidavit mentioned in the impeachment complaint? You actually find it in volume 14, Annex FFFFFFFF dash GGGGGGGG. So before I can even say that, yes. So even before we finishing that, Your Honor, Mr. Presiding Judge, medyo mahirap. To further complicate, the annexes when delivered to us was labeled annexes, and then when it was pre-marked, iba na yung marking. That is correct. Okay. So, to clarify, I'm not asking both the prosecution and defense to give us any documents in advance that will prejudice their presentation or the rebuttal. I do understand that it has to be offered, but to speed things up and to make sure we understand, in the same manner that they're asking the witness to examine it, maybe we can be given a copy to examine at the same time, whether digital or actual copy. I don't want to impose upon them to print 24 copies, but again, anyway, it's Wednesday, we have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for our staff and the clerk of court to meet.
So we already have a solution for you, Senator Judge Cayetano, as well as for Senator Judge Marcos. We will be furnishing the parties either via soft copy to your respective iPads or laptops, or we will enter their official emails as well. Kayo na po mag-print ng hard copy ng list of evidences as marked, as pre-marked by the prosecution na ipe-present for Article 4. And we will do this by article. However, insofar as I said, the documents presented by the counsel for respondent B's have not yet been pre-marked. But I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for a copy from the counsel for respondent. At that point, for our guidance, whether or not the same will be offered without prejudice to respond to counsel for respondent deciding on whether or not they will offer it at the appropriate time.
On that point, Mr. Presiding Officer, even if it's pre-marked, if it will prejudice their presentation, I don't mind it be given in real time. And same, no? If it's being used on cross or the cross on rebuttal, and hindi to na pre-mark, as long as real time, para lang we can process it. If not, we have to review afterwards, and it messes up our preparation for the hearing the next day. No?
Is that possible for the parties? Once the roles are reversed, may I get a response from the counsel for respondent?
Your Honor, first we'll clarify everything that was showed today was pre-marked by the respondent.
That's not my understanding, because the DOJ letter you pre-marked is different from the DOJ letter that we have pre-marked, but we'll verify. So if everything was pre-marked?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you presented a document that was not pre-marked, either by the prosecution or the defense. Walang marking it.
I presented all the...
So if it was pre-marked, it's our lookout and kindly court, and there's no problem furnishing the senator judges with a copy of the same.
We have no problem with that, Your Honor.
Senator Judge Aaron Cayetano's concern has no basis if it was all pre-marked. In fact, it was our oversight.
Yes.
Counsel for the prosecutors, would that be possible?
Yes.
To furnish it? I think what counsel for respondent did earlier helped us out a lot. Furnish, plastering it on the screens, whatever affidavit you were presenting. I think counsel for the prosecutors should do the same.
Yes,
Hindi naman bawal magkasyahan dito eh. Okay lang. Senator Judge Cayetano?
Thank you.
Yeah, and just to clarify, the 2 minutes is the question, not including
Yes,
answer. No?
You have 2 minutes if you want to start with asking questions.
Yes, if they ask to repeat the question, please don't count that. No, the 2 minutes is
long with short questions, but many of us want to get to the bottom of it, end up only asking 1 or 2 questions. So just a little bit
We
liberality.
will be lenient,
Thank you.
Senator Judge Alan
very much.
Cayetano. You may
Appreciate it.
proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
A question for the witness, and maybe to put all of us in check, I don't mind if any of the counsel says medyo hindi maayos yung question. I mean, given what happened yesterday and today, and there are questions that could prejudice the case either way. As long as we call each other out respectfully, to the both counsels, you cannot correct a senator judge, but I don't mind if you think it prejudices. That's your duty to your client.
Yes, sir.
So this is the start of the 2 minutes yet. Magandang hapon, Mr. Witness.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Medyo mahaba na yung pag-upo mo dyan, but allow me a few questions. No? Yung circumstance lang, so paano nagsimula yung investigasyon na na-involve ka? Were you from the start o hindi? At written instructions ba to? O sinabi, may investigasyon tayo? Just konting clarity, paano na-umpisa yung specific investigation? And was it based on the November 3 video? Tama ba?
November 23, Your Honor.
Okay.
It all started, I received a phone call, sir, from my executive officer that there is a video wherein there is a statement given by the Vice President which is classified as threat, and I was tasked and assigned to investigate the case.
Okay. So basically, ganun yung pagkasabi na I'm tasking you to look at the video and investigate.
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you working alone or with a group?
With the group, Your Honor.
NBI group?
Yes, Your Honor.
And was this, is there an interagency also or just purely NBI?
I don't have personal knowledge. Maybe our chief, sir, have the knowledge on that, sir.
Yes, no, that's all I ask for naman, yung personal knowledge.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, ulit mo yung sinabi mo. How exactly sinabi sa'yo na tignan mo yung video, imbestigahan mo, or may statement? So,
to be specific, sir, as far as I remember, may statement si Vice President regarding the November 23 press conference na kung saan may pagbabanta na naganap.
Mas pwede mo sundan yung red.
okay, imbestigahan. So, ganun ka general.
Yes,
May
Or maski
pagbabanta
baba mo na
naganap,
ako dyan.
imbestigahan.
Okay lang ako.
And you proceeded
Sige po.
by watching the video.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when you watched the video, you got to the part na may pagbabanta.
No,
Tinanong ka?
Hindi mo raw maski saan yan.
Sige po, sir. Thank you po.
Sana makakuha ka ng pasahero dyan.
Ay, salamat po. God bless po. Ingat po. Salamat po. Yeah, so maraming salamat po sa panonood. Hanggang sa muli po. Ingat. At God bless. Paalam po muna. Pansamantala tayo ay gagawa ng ibang video sa ating susunod na mga
Yes, Your Honor.
kontento. Ayan, so paalam po muna.
We tried, Your Honor.